Okay, to summarise this section, from what you've told me so far, it's obvious that glyphosate has a huge impact, not on the health of the soil, but on us as human beings as well.
Yeah.
And it disrupts the, what was it, cytochrome?
Yes.
Cytochrome 450 gene pathways, which
That's right.
is how the cells in the body sort of interact. Now, this is our biology that's being messed with.
That's
Right.
right.
So there is a knock-on effect with regard to our health. The connection of why sulphur is important is still not clear, but it's intuitively there.
Well, it's so important for soils, and it's so important for plants, and everything seems to, there seems to be this pattern. What's right for plants is right for people.
And when you spoke to Stephanie, she said she hadn't actually proven the link, but it was her opinion that that link was there.
Very strongly so, and the work I've been doing, sulphur is so important in so many different things, and somehow by doing something we are actually not getting enough of it. Our grandparents used to make the children eat sulphur dipped in honey
Honey.
to eat. We don't do that sort of thing. Sulphur now is regarded as relatively unimportant, but obviously we need to rethink this.
Historically, DDT was considered a good product to use.
Yes.
And they had all these studies and government authorities coming out and saying, use this product. And then it turns out it's very unhealthy and it has a cumulative dose through the food chain. So are we looking at another DDT-like situation?
I think these products are far, far worse than DDT and much longer lasting, and I think we really have to look very, very closely at what we're doing and maybe change how we do things. If you look at it, people say it would take thousands, millions of dollars to clean up weeds in Australia, and it can't be done. But look at the cost of ill health. Look at what we're paying for our medical system. If we could divert half of what we're paying for our medical system into employing people to do things that are more easily done with poisonous sprays, then maybe we'd be a long way in front.
So would you say, for example, pull Roundup out of the system, recall it, stop using it? Would you say use another fertiliser, pesticide, or just dispense with the whole idea of chemical pesticides completely?
I think until we really understand the whole impact on everything, we have to certainly move away from using any poisons on our agriculture.
So with a combination of chemical herbicides and pesticides and the use of GMO
Yes.
food, that combination is having a cumulative effect in altering our actual biology and biochemistry and the health problems associated with it.
Yes, and it's killing the bees and it's doing all sorts of other damage.
There was a study in Europe recently that actually did link the die-off in the bee population to the use of pesticides.
Yes.
And of course, now that we discussed that, everyone says, well, that's obvious. When we're talking about the cumulative dose of the use of this product through the food chain, it's not just the vegetables we eat, but the livestock and meat products we eat are fed on GMO products and on products where industrial herbicides are used. So we're talking about a cumulative dose through all levels of our food chain.
All our food is being affected, and butchers are saying now that some of the animals that they're slaughtering are actually, the gut is rotting and they smell revolting. I can't imagine working in any worse environment than in an environment where the animals are sick and then we are eating the product.
There was a study where they compared the stomach innards of animals that were fed on grain where they used Roundup and herbicides like Roundup, and animals that were fed on normal organic products, and the interior of that stomach was, of those 4 case studies, were remarkably compelling that what these animals are being fed is seriously unhealthy for them. That's also on naturalnews.com. Okay, we've discussed a lot of the biochemical and biological mechanisms behind this. But now let's discuss the human health outcomes. How's it affecting us?
Right. Well, the first one is obesity, which we've mentioned before. Obesity is coming partly because the food we're eating just doesn't have sufficient nutrient value, or the range of elements that we require to keep healthy is just not there. Either they're chelated or they're missing from the soil. And we keep eating in a vain effort to try and to get those minerals, to get the body healthy. And of course now that with the lack of serotonin, we don't have an appetite suppressant, so we keep on eating because it seems necessary to do so, or nothing seems to stop us doing so. Being overweight is in fact a sign not of gluttony, it's a sign of malnutrition. Selective malnutrition. We are missing the elements the body needs. And it's also a sign of protection. The body is protecting itself from the poisons that are in our environment.
I've got two little girls of school age, and when you talk to their teachers and get to know them, and you start hearing about some of the difficulties the teachers are having with kids in the autistic spectrum or behavioural in some form. We're seeing more and more instances of that, and we still don't understand what drives it all, or even how to treat or manage it. And what you're suggesting is it's an outcome or a symptom of the way we've been growing our food for the last couple of decades.
The sharp increase in autism correlates strongly with sales of Roundup, as this graph shows.
That's true. I taught for many years, and I have never, in my teaching career, I never ever encountered a child with autism or any major learning problems, which is extraordinary because now apparently the statistics are that 1 in 50 boys is autistic. Autistic children have huge problems with their digestive systems. They're allergic to a lot of different foods. It's almost a criminal offence to take a peanut to school these days. Apparently when the children have been tested, they have zinc and sulfur deficiencies, and this has been connected with autism, and you can see the link there with the chelating process that's going on with glyphosate. They also have extremely high levels of ammonia, and ammonia impacts brain function. Manganese is needed to control allergy reactions, and manganese is one of the substances that is chelated by glyphosate. And tests also show that there are very vast zinc and sulfur deficiencies in the bodies of the children who have autistic tendencies. So all these things are symptoms of the reactions that are occurring because of glyphosate. And it could well be that autism, which really wasn't known 40, 30 years ago, it's a brand new disease and it's a brand new problem. We can see that there could be a connection there, a very strong connection. Now, heart disease is actually seems to be connected with the a lot of it is connected with the accumulation of cholesterol in the arteries. Cholesterol sulfate needs to come to the heart because the heart needs that sulfur, and then the cholesterol gets stuck there because it's dropped off the sulfur, and that's been used by the heart, and then the cholesterol has no means to move away. And cholesterol without the sulfur is actually a major problem.
So what you're looking at here is a lot of our medical ailments that we are finding in Western medicine that is costing society greatly. A lot of what we're looking at is a byproduct or a symptom of something else, not a cause itself. It's not the heart is clogging up with the cholesterol and that's the cause of it. That cholesterol is there because there's an imbalance somewhere else in the system.
The cholesterol is there in order to help the heart continue beating. And the interesting thing is there was a study done which showed that people have major cholesterol build-ups when they live after they've had a heart attack. when they live for a few hours after they've had a heart attack. If a person dies immediately having had a heart attack, there is no cholesterol blocking the arteries, and that indicates that the cholesterol is actually sent to the heart in order to help it. It's not the cause of the problem.